Kara. Welcome to my craft room. Look what I have. I usually do pop-up cards, but I've been wanting to do this project for years and years. But the reason that the title says no with sides was it didn't have sides. So each layer, the edges of your paper and your pop dots and all the stuff that you use, you could see it. So I made some sides and I did it on an open file at Cricut. So if you want your sides, you need to go down into the description of this video and click on the Cricut link, and they'll put the pattern for these sides onto your Cricut mat and you'll be ready to go. So let's go make it. Okay, here we are on the canvas. Like I said in my intro, I've been wanting to make this for a very long time. The problem is it didn't have sides. So you could see the edges of the paper, your pop dots, everything. So I decided I was going to make sides. So these 4 pieces, and if you don't have these on your canvas, go into my description, click on the Cricut link there, and Cricut will put these things on your canvas for you. We're only going to need the 3 panels. So the first one is, if you've never looked up images on Cricut with the code number, this is how you do it. Everything starts with hashtag capital M. Then we have 907 F67. Okay, there's your wise men. Of course, if you want to do it in these colors, go for it. I just thought the creams and the golds were really pretty. So, and now you see you've got a list here of all 3 of your images. Get all 3 of those. You click here, and it puts it down here and add, and get all 3 of those put on your canvas. And I'll meet you over there, and we will get it all our colors fixed so you're ready to cut it out. I'm going to fast forward from here. Okay, let's put these up here where we can kind of work on them. So we are going to go into edit. Oops, and we want height, and they're 10.5. There we go. This guy too. There we go. And this guy. So I'm going to make this a little smaller so you can kind of see what I'm doing. First, we need to ungroup everything. Okay, so go back to actions, hit ungroup. There we go. This one. It's going to be easier if we do all of these colors at the same time. First, we need to take away their frames. These are going to be your same color as your pink pieces up here. That's why we haven't changed the color on those. They all need to be the same color. Next, we have these lightest guys. And we are going to go from light color to dark color. The family here and the baby in the manger is all going to be, hold on, let me get all our little pieces. Let me pull this up higher. Both the Holy Family and the baby are all done in a flat gold metallic cardstock. So I'm just going to pick a color for the gold so we can kind of keep them all separate. So the basic color, I just picked this orange. That way we know all of these are going to go in the gold. The star behind the nativity, that's in a glitter gold. So we will change that to a different color here in a minute. Now, the hay, the trim from the building. Okay. Mary's robe, that's going to be her background. All of these are all going to be our lightest color. And I am going to save the manger here for later. Oops. Because we'll do that at the end. So I'm going to select all of these guys. And I am going to pick the lightest color of cream that let's do this one, that we've got on our board right this second. There we go. Oh, uh-oh. Okay, there's all your super light pieces. I'm going to move all of these guys out of our way because I'm going to start stacking all these on top of each other. And we will finish fixing those at the very end. Now, we're going to do this next layer. Not the house. Hold on. We're going to make all of these the same color. Okay? Again. So I'm going to bring them down below here because it's going to be easier for us to do that. We're going to pick all three, and we need those on the next darker cream. It doesn't have to match what you have. It just has to differentiate between the others. See? And our hay needs to be the same color. And on this, I think this was our cream, so let's pick this one. Okay, let's do our next layer, and we're just going to keep doing this. We're going to grab all three of them, hit edit, basic cut, and then our next one is, we kind of did this pinkish one, so maybe this one, let's check. Yep, that one's perfect. So we're going to add these guys back into our layers. Then you've got another layer here. So again, we're going to want it a little bit darker than this layer. So let's go into here. We just used that one, so let's choose this one. Then we have this layer. Okay. Now we're going to grab all of them again, go to edit, hit color, and we're going to go to the next darker one. This is a lot more brown, but it doesn't matter as long as we know that each one of these is the next layer and they all get cut of the same color. Ooh, our donkey. I'll fix him in just a minute. Let's finish getting all these big layers done. Here's our next one. Back to edit, back to basic cut. Let's try this one and see if it's darker. Is it darker than, or is it the same? Nope, it's darker. We are good. There we go. Now, here are the next ones. We're getting close here. Grab all of them, edit, basic cut. Sometimes all these browns together, I'm going to do an even darker. There we go. Oh, I didn't pick all three. Hey, like that. These guys, now I did all of these, the exact same paper. So I'm going to grab all of these. We're going to go back here again. So I'm going to pick this dark yellow for the glitter gold. Now on these, this one does not have a back gold panel because it has the big star in the middle. Okay, so let's go in here. Yeah, let's do kind of a medium brown. Let's try this one. I think we use this just on a part of the stable. So this one is, and then these, I did the same as the Holy Family. The only part that's going to show on these is where the stars come out. So I wanted them to be the same as the Gold Family. So I made them the bright orange color, which is our, there he is. Okay, the bird, the donkey, the birds and the donkey are going to be their own color. I kind of had a grayish cream color that I had. So you can leave them gray if you'd rather. I kind of went over here and kind of did a funky color just so I could keep them straight. There we go. The only thing we have left is our manger and our frame and our sides. So on the manger, I actually did it pretty much the same. It's not going to be all the way to this dark, but it's going to be the same as our last big layer. So I'm going to go into here and look, and it's our third to the right. So, and of course you can change it to whatever you want. If you want to make the manger gold also, hey, go for it. And it's the third to the right. So there's him. And then this is the blanket that the baby lays in. Okay. I'm going to pull him up so we can see him. And I really kind of wanted him to stick out of the hay. So I ended up kind of going a little tiny bit darker, but it's your decision. There we go. Group him together. Let's put our manger back together. Okay, so then he goes here. They go here, and I will tell you on the thing, put Joseph on first. You're all done with your layers. All we need to do is our frames and our sides. Now, the reason is because all of these need to be the same color. It really doesn't matter what colors that you pick. So on this one, I'm going to give us a custom color. Let's go here. I'm going to bring him up a little more towards the red because we don't really have anything that's red right now that's got a red tone to it. And I need it to differentiate between everything else. So these need to be the same. But when you have a score line or a pen line on something, you have to go into layers instead. So I'm going to pick these. I'm going to hit layers, and then I'm going to find them because they're going to be, there we go. When you do that, you've got to pick just the paper, not your score lines. Okay. So we know that this is that kind of reddish brown, which is right here. So we need to change all of these. So let's pick this one. The reddish brown. This one. It's really hard when you are doing all of these in different shades of the same color. It's really hard for you to differentiate, and you have to make sure that Cricut differentiates. Okay, so there you go. But you got to have 3 of these. Okay, so we're going to grab all of them. We're going to hit duplicate 2 times. 1, 2. That gives you enough for all of your panels. And there you go. You are ready. Go cut all of this out and be very careful and stay very organized. Okay? Do that. Get everything in your 3 piles, and then I will meet you over at the craft table and we will put it together. The only things I did in advance is this very front layer of these white on either side of these. Okay. But other than that, that's all I did. I didn't do any of the middle panel because there's just so many layers. It's easier for me to just show you when we're on the table. So get all these cut out, and I will meet you over there, and we'll get them put together. Okay, here we are at the craft table. As you can see, it's very well loved. Let's do our shepherds first. I am going to flip these upside down. There's our, thank you for gluing this on. And then here is our next layer. Now, I use a couple different things. For this, we're going to use a lot of pop dots. You can either use the pop dots themselves. You can get this tape. I got this at Dollar Tree. You can get bigger things. So that's what we're going to use because we've got to pop these up off of each other to make these sides. I had to. So what you're going to do is we're just going to do it all the way around. Okay. So we're just going to put our foam tape on here. And when you get up here where it's really curved, you may have to use your dots instead. It just depends on your own personal preference. Now, I talked about this when I did the intro, and of course when we were on the canvas. I never put this together. Why? Because I didn't like it. It didn't have any sides. See, you see the side where you see the paper and the pop dot? You're going to see all of that on the side. And I didn't like it. So now that I have my YouTube channel, I went in, I actually found, made sure I had some time, and I made sides. So we can, now this time you can either cut it into smaller pieces. You don't have to cover every inch. Okay. But we need to be able to separate these guys. There we go. If anything's hanging over at the end, we can always trim it out, but it shouldn't be a problem because we are going to do the sides. Okay. And then I'm going to do a couple of smaller ones up here at the pinnacle. Pinnacle? Is that the right word? Yeah. At the top of our thing. Now, we're just going to do this exact same thing every single time. Okay? Until we get it all the way built up. Now, we're just going to peel off this cover so the sticky part is exposed. And like I said, we're going to do this with all of our layers. That's why I wanted to start with this one. It was the easiest. Okay, here is what I do. I take this and I bend it like this, so all this other stuff doesn't stick, okay? Then I'm going to get one corner matched up. If I match up one corner, shouldn't have any trouble matching up all the other ones, okay? There we go, just like that. Now, you see how you've got a little bit of space here? That's all you need. That's all we're going to do. Okay, there's your buildings. Now, you should have another piece that's got smaller buildings and one little sheep guy. I have not made this before, so you guys are learning with me. I don't want these hitting the back. Do you see this? So I'm going to run a couple of pop dots under here, just right along here, just so it'll keep pop. See how this is laying up against there? Now we'll know on the next thing. So I'm just going to peel this. It may just need one, like maybe right here. But I need something that'll lift this paper up so it's not laying against the back. Let's see what that does. Look at the difference. Now it's time for our little buildings and our one little sheep. So this time, let's make sure that we put some tape right along towards the top. And I'm going to use this skinnier, like right here, because I don't want to run into that same problem. So from now on, we'll know. Okay, now we've got our tape all the way around. Let's get it put on. Okay, make sure that you have got this up and out so you're not sticking it on too. And again, look, this is what I'm doing. All I'm doing is lining up this one corner. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we want it close. Okay, let's see if adding that one little piece of tape at the top made a difference. And look at that. Look how good our buildings are standing up now. See? We already learned something from this. And you see how much width we've got so far? Okay. You've only got 3 more pieces left. I decided to start on an easy one. Just because for both of our learning curves. Oh, okay. Our next layer. I really, really like these creams. There we go. Now, you see how this guy's kind of hanging out in the middle of nowhere? I don't want this. I don't want him moving around. First, and if your glue dots are too big and you need it for something small, I'm just going to cut one of these in half, like that. Oh, much better. Look. Much better. So I just stuck him another little glue dot right here and glued him to this next piece back. Now we have our 2 sheep. Now let's get this guy. And then we just have one more layer here and we can start working on our side, right? Perfect. Now all we have is this guy. Now remember we have that extra lamb that goes over here, but we're not going to put him on yet. We just did the shepherd guy. Okay, let's not forget, I am going to take this other half right here, and I am going to put it just right here in the middle of his body. Okay? We're going to match this corner. Exactly. Okay? So let me get all these on here. There we go. There you go. Look at that. Look how good it's looking. I asked you to go ahead and bend all these little things just because they take a few minutes. First, let's glue these 2 pieces together. Okay. And about a 1/4 inch right here. Now, once you get these 2 pieces, pick one of these and go ahead and fold it a little bit. And that's going to go up here on our tip. Find something that you can lay this on that, keeps it kind of up off of the counter. And I think that's really, really going to help. I'm going to start on one end and I'm going to run about 2 inches. Okay. Right along here and pretty good glue. Okay. Then remember I had you bend this, and that is going to be at the top. There we go. Look at that. Now we're cooking. Okay. I'm just going to keep doing this slowly all the way around. Go back and add more glue. Okay, as we're working on it. So now I'm going to keep going here. And you just got to be patient. Okay, here is one of your plain pieces. You can go ahead and glue these in, because I am going to glue this right here. I'm going to wrap it around right here. Okay, do you see that? And then I'm going to set it right here. And so it can be drying. All of this stuff is going to be hidden, so don't worry about it. Got to turn this corner. Okay, so right where, and it's not glued or anything, so right here where it's in, you've got to snip this. You can't do this ahead of time for you, or, you know, or anything, because I don't know where yours starts and stops. I want to do this and also on this side, and you're just going to make a cut just like that. Okay, and look, it's going to bend perfect. Let's go ahead and get this piece stuck. Okay, so I'm going to lay my glue down here. Put some glue right here, just like that. Now, you'll have a little bit sticking up. The best thing to do, you wait till you have it folded, and then boom, look at that. Look at that beautiful corner you just made. Now, let's get this other side glued. Once I kind of get everything stuck a little, I'm going to go back and put glue all up under here. But once we glue our frame in, that's going to help. Snip this here again, just like we did a second ago. And I am probably getting my head in this video a bunch, and I apologize. Yours, I put these things together before I do the canvas on the canvas part. So I went back onto when we did our stuff on our canvas and made sure that your bottoms are not too short. Now, I'm gonna start sneaking some glue up under here. If you see any place that's loose, go for it. Okay. Now that I've got all glue up under there, I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to put a little, kind of do a little bit like up here along the sides. Now we need to run glue on this. Okay. Now here is your choice. We're going to run glue all the way back behind this. Okay. And well, yours is going to be long enough, so you don't have to worry about it, because when we go into the canvas, I will fix it and make sure that you have another, 2 inches added here. Okay, so we're all glued up. I cut an extra back, which you can do for, just because I'm going to give this as a gift, so I kind of want it to look finished. You don't have to. It's not a big deal. But I'm going to make sure I get really good glue where all of our little, cutout things are, and this will kind of seal it up and make it look nice. Okay, so you don't have to be exact. I'm just gonna kind of get it, there we go, just like that. All we're doing is covering all of our mechanics. Now you got one more thing and you're done. Okay, if you did paper that matches. Now, you see where I've got these 2 seams? Because I fixed that on the canvas for you already. You're not going to have that, so don't worry about it. I am going to run one on top of our side piece we just put in there, and one just next to, so it can glue on both sections. Cover your mechanics. Okay. Okay, now we just have one more thing to do. You've got your little white sheep. He's drinking or eating or something. So you can put him here. You can put him way over here. I think I'm going to have him stand right here. Just like that. How's that? Look. Okay, now that we know what we're doing, I already have the foam on our Wise Guys. Okay, I not only put foam all the way around everything, be very careful. I went ahead and pulled all my backings off. So you guys don't have to sit there and watch me pull all the backings off. And I'm laying them around so they don't get caught on each other. I also went ahead and folded these and glued the two pieces together for both of our leftover pieces. This one and the nativity one. Okay, this one should be simple. I went ahead and put a little bit of tape right here just because I want the palm trees. Remember how we had trouble last time? So now we're just going to, again, I kind of curve it up like this. Okay, what's next? Oh, the one palm tree guy. The one palm tree here. Okay. Again, we're just going to match up our corners. Got one guy with the camel. Gotta go. Okay, so we're just going to smooth it out real easy. Then you're going to have your lone wise man guy. There's him. Now we've just got our very last. Here we go. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is a pretty forgiving project. We have our back to cover our mechanics and our frame, just like we did before. Okay, from here on, this is going to be exactly the same as we did the other panels. So I am going to fast forward. Just like last time, I'm going to run a line of glue on the lighter side, and then I'll come back and run it on the actual edge. I'm going to look from behind because I need to get this top lined up. Okay, so you're just going to line it up and cover all of our work. Look at that. Look what you made. Look what a great job you're doing so far. And look, you've got two. The wise men are coming here. The shepherds are over here. And all we need to do is our holy family in the middle, and we're done. How good are we doing? Okay, before we move on to the Holy Family, I want to go over this again. Here's your very back page, and just match this up along the bottom. So, and you won't have any problem with it as far as spacing. On this one, this is our top layer. You're going to put your little frame here. This is layer. It doesn't do anything. Then our third layer. This is the layer that has the more solid house behind it. You'll put your donkey and your frame that shows the nail holes. Okay. And then go ahead and put your foam on your edges. And this one will go just as fast as before we go. Here's my family and my two birds that are left over. So here's our three. Thank you for going ahead and putting our manger together. Oh, and I've still got the two birds. I use paper plates to organize everything. It's just easier for me. And I just use them over and over again. Okay. You have to put Joseph on first. Oh, and we're not doing the manger yet. He goes on after our frame, just like our little lamb from our other guys. For some reason, don't ask me why, because I don't know. This guy's hand is sticking out. Joseph's hand is sticking out. This guy. There you go. There's your two family. So do this. Let's get the foam put on the back of each of our layers, and then this should go just as fast as the last one did. So I will meet you back here after we get all the foam put on. Okay, our last part. I went ahead and put all my foam tape and peeled all the things off. So we're ready to go. Okay, your darkest one. Okay, you've got two. Okay. This one goes first with the deeper bottom. Now, can you see good? Okay, so we're going to do the exact same thing. We're just going to meet up the corners. There we go. Then the next one, it's better to smooth it going up. Then we need our solid house, the one with the donkey on it. I think it's going to turn out really pretty. My Siri decided that it was going to talk to me for no reason. Okay, next layer. Same thing. Smooth it out. We are doing so good. And now we've got the happy family. Okay, our last. Uh-oh. Before we do that, I messed up. I forgot something. The top of my building. Okay, there you go. Now we're set. Again, matching up all of our corners. Let's get this last in. You have a choice on your birds. They show them in a specific spot, but they don't have to be in that spot. I'm going to put this guy right here. And this guy, I'm going to sit him right here. There you go. There's all of your layers yet again. Okay. So we're going to do the exact same thing. Okay, now let's cover all of our business here. And I have to, and I tell myself this over and over and over again. When you look at something that you work on, you see the little mistakes. Nobody else ever sees those. Now, this paper I have has a white core. And sometimes I like it and sometimes I don't. This time I like it because it's going to differentiate the baby. But I think he needs a pop dot because I want to bring him out just a little bit. Okay, so he kind of sticks up a little bit from his folks. There we go. Okay, hold on. Look at that. Look, what a great job you did. And look at how pretty that gold is. Oh, you got all 3 of yours done. You did a great job. I am really proud of you.